Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to retouch male portraits in Photoshop. Now here's the thing, a lot of us photographers, we are used to shooting and retouching female portraits. So naturally, it is very easy for us to carry over the same retouching style when working on male images. But honestly, that approach can feel a bit off. In my opinion, male portraits should feel a little bit more masculine, while female portraits should feel feminine. And that difference starts right from the adjustments you make. There are a few basic adjustments you should never skip when working on male portraits, especially if you want that strong, punchy vibe. Before we jump into Photoshop, I would like to make some quick adjustments right here in Capture One. The first thing I would want to do here is add a little bit of contrast. Nothing too much, just something to set the tone for my retouching. So I'm going to add contrast, say maybe somewhere around 15 to 20 seems just about right. Just something to crunch the image a little bit. The next thing I would want to play with here would be clarity. So I'm going to use the positive clarity now. I'm going to bring that slider up a little bit, say something around 20, thereabout. You can see how much punchiness we've added to this image. You can see the before and the after. Before, after. If you feel like the image is getting a bit dark, you can come over to the curve here and just add a little bit of brightness to the shadow area. So I'm just going to lift the brightness up a little bit, just a little. So yeah, I think this looks about right for me, and the image looks a bit crunchy to my tastes at this point. The next thing I'm going to do over here in Capture One is set the tone for my retouching, because we're in the AI era and you don't really want to spend the whole day removing blemishes in Photoshop. So you want to make sure you make good use of AI as much as you can. Thankfully, Capture One has this retouch tool right now, and it has been amazing. So I'm just going to add new field adjustment layer here, because I'm going to do that retouching on this layer. Just in case I go overboard, I can easily just reduce the opacity and all. So I'm going to come over to retouch here, and I'm going to come over to even skin, just to even his skin a little bit, nothing too much. This is where you have to be careful, because with female portrait you might decide to go overboard and it's cool, but with male portrait you want to keep it very subtle, nothing too much. Somewhere around 30 seems about cool. Then I'm going to come over to the blemish removal here and just lift it up a little bit, just to take out a little bit of those blemishes. Say somewhere around 30 as well, or 20, because I still want to see those textures on your skin. So this is before, after, before, after. I think Capture One has done an amazing job. You can even see it took some of those blemishes away from his neck. You can actually go a little bit overboard with this, but for me, I think this looks good. This is a very good starting point for me. And yeah, I think this looks good, and from this we can head over to Photoshop to retouch this image. And now we are in the magical world of Photoshop. The first thing I would like to do here is remove the blemishes, the remaining blemishes on his face, the little ones on his neck, just to make sure we have a very clean skin to work with. So I'm going to duplicate my background layer by just clicking and dragging it to this plus icon here, and now I can work on this background layer here. So I'm going to select my spot healing brush tool here, and I'm going to try and remove some of these remaining blemishes. I want to try as much as possible to keep his skin very, very clean, nothing too much. This stage is actually very, very important, because you don't want to skip any blemishes here, because anything you skip here you might be forced to want to use frequency separation to fix it, and when you try to use frequency separation to fix it, you might end up blurring out the skin, which is what we are trying to avoid. So you want to try as much as possible to take as much time as you can here and get a very good even skin. In some cases you can even choose to leave the image like this, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to try and remove some of the blemishes. So I'm just going to fast forward this video, so see you guys shortly. So at this point, I feel like we've done a fantastic job with trying to remove the blemishes. You can see this is the before, this is the after, before, after. There's nothing really much left here for us to do except to even out some of these irregularities on his nose area and maybe somewhere around here and all that. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring out my frequency separation. So this is where things get a bit tricky, because the kind of radius I'm going to use for if I was editing a female portrait is definitely different from the one I'm going to use if I'm editing a male portrait. For a male portrait, I always want to keep my radius relatively high, just because I'm not really looking out to smoothen the skin. I'm just looking out to fix some of the irregularities, because I've done most of the blemish removal, so there's nothing really left to smoothen for a male portrait. So I'm going to pick something between, say, maybe 5. Yeah, 5 would work. So this looks good, and I'm going to pick my mixer brush, and we're just going to try to fix some of the patches. Basically, we're not looking to retouch or to smoothen the skin here. We just want to make sure that the skin colors are matching. So I'm just going to try and fix all of this. Make sure that everything looks good. So this can take a little while, but just take your time, because you're not really doing too much. You're just matching colors here basically. So let's see how much we've done. So this is our before, this is our after, before, after. When doing this, you don't want to zoom in too much so that you can see exactly what you're doing. So I'm just going to leave it at this. Yeah, this looks good. I'm going to try and even out his eye bag here. Yeah, that's okay. So basically, any area of the face where I notice that the colors are not matching properly, I'm just going to try as much as possible to match it up. And over here, I'm just going to brush over here. So you want to be careful with your pen pressure here, so you don't end up smoothing things. I want the image to still look natural. I want to see the pores and every single mark on his face. I still want them to be there. Another tip to take home is when retouching male portrait, you want to be careful with scars, marks, and all of that. You see an example here. He has this black dot here. You don't want to really take out some of those things. You just want to leave them there so you can have that natural skin. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a very, very nice retouched image. We didn't really do so much. We didn't go over the entire skin. We were just focused on trying to blend areas that are not properly blended. So basically, this is how I would retouch a male portrait. This is our before, this is our after, before, after, and this looks retouched, but at the same time it still has this well detailed skin texture, and this is what you want to have when you're retouching male portraits. So I think this brings us to the end of today's video. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment, and share the video. I'll see you on the next one.